We are here in the control room at King's Ransom Studio in Lakeside, California. And today we've been tracking drums for Abner. They are a San Diego indie rock band, and we're here with studio owner and head engineer Jeff Surs and Abner's drummer Kyle. Kyle, what's your last name?
Hansen.
Kyle Hansen. All right. So
his dad's the Muppet guy.
that's right.
He's an animal.
Yep.
Sorry.
But no relation to the Hansen band, just, throwing that out there.
Good call. Good call.
Or the surf shop.
So we actually used a few extra mics on the drum kit today. Than we do on a lot of sessions. We want this production to sound really big and have all sorts of elements that we can move in and out. So we have 11 mics on the kit today. And Jeff, why don't you talk about the overheads, because they're the new ones. They're the babies.
Yeah, just got a new pair of overheads, actually just studio workhorse mics in. The Peluso P12s. They're based off of the old AKG C12s. And in the past when I've used those, I've loved the original C12s, but I'm broke, so I can't do that. The P12s really were a great option. Loved them for overheads, but we've also done some acoustic guitar and piano with them. They were outstanding.
Yeah.
So we just ran the P12s with some EQ on them, sucking out some 700 hertz and putting in some 12K. That was pretty much it for the overhead.
Yeah. We had a D112 on the inside of the kick. And then we had a Shure Beta 52 on the outside of the kick. And we ran those, we did inside kick through a Vintech mic pre and outside kick through a Equinox.
And then the outside, the Equinox into 1176, just barely kissing.
That's right.
Just keeping it under control a little bit. For the snare top, we had Onyx i5 through Vintech X81. And then underneath we had a Beta 57.
Yes, sir.
Into another Equinox mic pre into an 1176. Again, just kind of kissing that one. The Equinox output is so hot. We're using the 1176s just to tame, give it a little bit of control on the output level. Really not using it for compression as much as just level control.
Yeah, and then we had Shure Beta 98s on all three toms, across all three toms, and they just sound phenomenal. If you guys get the chance to check out those mics, they're really they're real dynamic. You have a lot of attack, and then you have really great low end. So they sound great across all of the toms, even your deeper floor toms. They'll just get a big, nice boom in there for you. That's very musical. It's not just rumble.
Right.
And then we did something
what mic pre's were those running into?
Those were going through Tridents.
Trident S80 series.
Yeah.
A little Trident sidecar with 4 channels of the whole channel strip out of an 80 series console. So.
And then we did something a little bit different today, again, to give us more options when it comes to drums. We had a couple of Neumann 102s set up.
Yeah, Kyle gave those to the studio.
Yeah, thank you, Kyle.
Appreciate that, man. Those were awesome.
And he gave me his overheads.
Yeah.
He doesn't know yet, though.
And we are running those.
We're checking on those before he leaves.
You're gonna have to.
You better want to.
We are running those through Telefunken mic pre's and hitting them with an 1176, fast attack, fast release, really slamming them pretty hard just to bring up the ambience of the room quite
All
a bit.
buttons in.
All buttons in, that's right.
On
The important setting.
So 4 channels of 1176 getting used.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then Kyle actually has some very unique drums. They sound really cool, and I think they really give a lot of kind of identity to the sound of this band. A lot of times, I feel like I can kind of know what a band is when I hear the drum sounds, and I think this really illustrates that. So, Kyle, tell us a little bit about your drums, man.
Yeah.
All right. I have a copper drum kit from Q Drum Co. It's made by Jeremy Berman, who's the drum tech for the band Muse and a few other bands. But it's a 9x13 rack tom, 16x16 floor tom, 16x18 floor tom, and then a 16x26 kick. and then a 7x14-inch brass plate snare drum.
26-inch kick.
I'm not sure that kick drum's big enough.
Yeah, I was a little worried when he said 26-inch, and I'm like, holy crud.
I know, I forgot the crane, but we managed to get it in here, you know.
What kind of damping was going to have to go on?
Well, I mean, you could fit a body in there if you needed to dampen it, you know?
You could. There might have been one in there.
Check for mics on the way out,
right.
too. Right?
Yeah, no kidding.
It's a good
Lots
place
of room to hide mics
to store them.
My mic locker's gone.
Because with the 26, that's why we had to add the extra mic in there, right?
Yeah.
The bigger the size of the drum, the more mics you got to put in there.
But they sounded really, really good. This is the first time I've ever heard a kit that the entire kit was metal. A lot of times you get brass snares or aluminum snare or something in, you know, but this is a copper kit. Except for the snare, it's brass.
Yeah, snare, and it's not a wrap. It's all made out of copper. So a lot of people think it's like a wrap, but it's all copper, and then there's wood reinforcement hoops. So you tune it on actual wood and not the copper. But the snare drum, you're tuning it on the brass. So there's no wood reinforcement hoops, and the snare drum weighs about like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
It's a monster to carry.
Kick drums.
Yeah,
like
kick drums.
It's
not that heavy. It's thinner material. So like all the toms and the kick are thinner gauge material. So it's not as heavy as you would think if the snare drum weighs 20 pounds.
Noticeably heavier than a regular kit, though.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Man, it sounded really good.
Yeah.
So is this a good time to discuss tone wood?
Probably not. What kind of hoops?
Or we can discuss copper, you know.
Yeah. What brand copper? No. So what's the name of the drum maker again?
It's the drum maker. It's made by Max and Jeremy. So when Jeremy Berman's on tour, he's the drum tech for Muse.
Right. But what's the name of his company?
Oh, it's Q Drum Co.
Q Drum Co.
Yeah, they're based up in LA.
So if you guys get a chance, check out their website.
Yeah, they make some pretty unique stuff.
Very cool.
Brass, copper.
And for your band, for Abner, you guys have a website, right?
We do.
AbnerBandSD.
AbnerBandSD.com.
Cool. Excellent. So definitely check these guys out. Jeff is producing them. I'm sort of assisting on the engineering, and every once in a while...
Assistant producer.
Every once in a while I have a production idea that they don't laugh at. And so check out their website, and they are also on Facebook. Who are you guys on Facebook?
We're on Facebook and Bandcamp.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Kyle. It was a pleasure tracking you drums today. You sound fantastic, my friend.